Chapter 15, Section 1, Interactive Reader, pages 223 through 226, worth 10 points. River systems, the water cycle. Key ideas. As you read this section, keep these questions in mind. What are the stages of the water cycle? What factors affect an area's water budget? What are 2 ways to conserve water? Page 223. Give an example from the photo of each state of water: solid, liquid, gas. How does water move through the Earth's system? Highlight. Water covers more than 2/3 of Earth's surface. It flows in, highlight, rivers and streams. It is stored in, highlight, lakes, oceans, and ice caps. It even flows through, highlight, rock below Earth's surface. In Earth's atmosphere, highlight, water exists as an invisible gas called water vapor. Highlight, liquid water also exists in the atmosphere as small particles in clouds and fog. Highlight, the water in the Earth system changes constantly from one form to another. Continue highlighting. Earth's water also moves constantly. Water vapor in the atmosphere changes to liquid water and falls as rain. Rivers flow into oceans. Water escapes from oceans as vapor and enters the atmosphere. Highlight, the movement of water between the atmosphere and the land and oceans is called the water cycle. The water cycle can happen because water can change states. You know that freezing is changing from a liquid to a solid. Melting is a change of state from a solid to a liquid. 2 other changes of state important to the water cycle are evaporation and condensation. Question 1, give an example from the photo of each state of water: solid, liquid, and gas. Next to the stream, highlight the grass. Write under this question, frost, solid, frost, solid. Above the stream, highlight the mist rising in the atmosphere. Write evaporation, gas, evaporation, gas. Highlight the stream. Write stream, liquid, stream, liquid. Page 224. Each year, about 500,000 cubic kilometers of water evaporates into the atmosphere. About 86% of this water evaporates from the oceans. How much water in cubic kilometers evaporates from other sources? What is the relationship between condensation and evaporation? List 4 forms of precipitation. Evapotranspiration. Highlight. The process in which liquid water changes into water vapor is called evaporation. Continue highlighting. Most water evaporates from the ocean. Water also evaporates from lakes, streams, and the soil. Another way water vapor enters the atmosphere is by transpiration. Highlight. In transpiration, plants release water vapor from their leaves. Highlight. Evapotranspiration is the total loss of water from an area through evaporation and transpiration. Question 2. Each year, about 500,000 cubic kilometers of water evaporates into the atmosphere. About 86% of this water escapes from the oceans. How much water in cubic kilometers evaporates from other sources? 86% is 0.86 of a 1. So what's left is 0.14. So multiply 500,000 times 0.14. Your answer should be 70,000 cubic kilometers. 70,000 cubic kilometers. Condensation. Highlight. Condensation is the change of state from a gas to a liquid. As air rises in the atmosphere, it cools. Some of the water vapor in the cooler air condenses. Highlight. The tiny water droplets that form through condensation make up clouds. Question 3. What is the relationship between condensation and evaporation? Answer. Water that forms a gas through evaporation. Water that forms a gas through evaporation forms a liquid when the atmosphere cools. Forms a liquid when the atmosphere cools. Water that forms a gas through evaporation forms a liquid when the atmosphere cools. Precipitation. Highlight. Water that moves into the atmosphere returns to the earth in the process of precipitation. During precipitation, highlight, liquid or solid water falls from the clouds to the ground. The word, highlight, precipitation also refers to any form of water takes as it falls to earth from clouds. Continue highlighting. Rain, snow, sleet, and hail are all forms of precipitation. Highlight. Most precipitation falls on Earth's oceans. Continue highlighting. The rest falls on land and becomes runoff or groundwater. Continue highlighting. Eventually, almost all of this water returns to the atmosphere through evapotranspiration, and the cycle continues. Under the picture, evaporation, condensation, and precipitation make up the water cycle. The arrows pointing upward are evapotranspiration. The arrows pointing into the cloud are condensation. The arrows pointing out of the cloud are precipitation, which can either soak into the ground or run off as a river or stream. Question 4, list 4 forms of precipitation. Answer, rain, snow, sleet, hail. Rain, snow, sleet, hail. Page 225. In your own words, explain what is meant by a balanced water budget. What is a water budget? Highlight. Earth has a water budget, which is like a financial budget. Continue highlighting. In Earth's water budget, precipitation is like income, evapotranspiration and runoff are like expenses. Overall, highlight, Earth's water budget is balanced. Continue highlighting. The amount of water that moves into the atmosphere is about the same as the amount of precipitation. Continue highlighting. However, a local water budget is generally not balanced. A local water budget is the water budget of a certain area. Factors that affect a local water budget. Temperature. In general, lower temperatures decrease evapotranspiration. Higher temperatures in warm seasons increase evapotranspiration. Number of plants. Plants reduce runoff but increase evapotranspiration. Wind. High winds increase the rate of evapotranspiration. Rainfall. When precipitation is greater than evapotranspiration, the result is wet soil and sometimes flooding. When evapotranspiration is greater than precipitation, the soil becomes dry. A local water budget can change with seasons. The factors that affect a local water budget can also vary from place to place. Question 5. In your own words, explain what is meant by a balanced water budget. Answer. The amount of water that evaporates. The amount of water that evaporates equals what precipitates. Equals what precipitates. Again, the amount of water that evaporates equals what precipitates. Why is conserving water important? On average, each person in the United States uses about, highlight, 95,000 liters of water each year. People use water for bathing, washing clothes and dishes, watering lawns, drinking, and flushing away wastes. Industry also uses a great deal of water. Highlight, most of the water that cities and industries use returns to rivers and oceans as wastewater. Some of this wastewater contains harmful materials such as toxic chemicals and metals. Highlight, Earth has a great deal of water. However, only a very small amount is fresh water that humans and other organisms need. There are two main ways humans can make sure there is enough fresh water for the future. Highlight, one way is through the water conservation or using water wisely. Continue highlighting. Another way to protect future water supplies is to find desalination. Salt is removed from ocean water. Highlight, this method is very expensive. Thus, the best way to protect the supply of fresh water is to use water wisely. Page 226. How are the processes of condensation and precipitation different? What are two ways water reaches the oceans? Describe 5 ways you can conserve water. Why are most local water budgets unbalanced? Why do most precipitation and evaporation happen over the oceans? Question 1, answer can be found on page 224. Condensation is when water converts. Condensation is when water converts to a liquid from a gas. To a liquid from a gas. Precipitation is when water droplets fall. Precipitation is when water droplets fall to the earth from the atmosphere. To the earth from the atmosphere. Again, condensation is when water converts to a liquid from a gas. Precipitation is when water droplets fall to the earth from the atmosphere. Question 2, answer can be found on page 224. Precipitation over the ocean. Precipitation over the ocean. Runoff from land to rivers to the ocean. Runoff to land to rivers to the ocean. Question 3. Your brain is a good source for this. Shorter showers. Water off while brushing teeth. Don't water the lawn. Fewer car washes. water-saving dishwasher. Again, shorter showers, water off while brushing teeth, don't water the lawn, fewer car washes, water-saving dishwasher. Question 4, answer can be found on page 225. Can change with seasons. Can change with seasons. Factors are different from place to place. Factors are different from place to place. Again, can change with seasons, and factors are different from place to place. Question 5, again, use your brain. Oceans cover the majority of the surface of Earth. Again, oceans cover the majority of the surface of the Earth.